Yalad Tawabkal, Yalad Tawabkal, Ya Mashpacha, Ya Aim, kayaYahawah, kayaYahawashi, Bahasham Hamashak. Oh my goodness, Ashar Shabbath call. Ashar Shabbath. Yasharayam, Yasharayam, waachwathya, waachwathya. You all, good afternoon, children, child of the Most High, in the name of Yahawashi, children of YaHawashi. Good afternoon, happy Shabbath. Hope that you're having a great Shabbath. It's a beautiful, abundantly blessed day. I do want to just go ahead and jump right into it. Moreover, I do want to advise that it is the 7th day of the week, so we are on the day of rest, the day where we cease work and rest. It is the 7th day of the week. Furthermore, this teaching may be uploaded after the Shabbath. It's really dependent upon how fast I can get it uploaded onto this desktop, okay? So again, we are in the 7th day of the week. We are indeed approaching the 13th month of the Hebrew year. We're still, I don't have my calendar near me. And in all honesty, I'm quite comfortable, so I don't want to get up. So we're still in the 12th Hebrew month, right? And we're on the 7th day, okay? But Gregorian-wise, it is 2:18 p.m. Central Standard. It is Saturday. It's February 19th, or the 19th day of the 2nd Gregorian month of the year of 2022. I know that if I have any of my people, flesh and spirit, that are watching, we know that there is a heck of a lot going on. These shelves are getting emptier and emptier by the day. We see military aircraft in the sky. We see on the world news that Russia is looking to invade Ukraine any day now, that NATO will be joining in. So we will experience a World War III, my people. We know that we are in the 4th seal according to the book of Revelation. So we know that we are also approaching Yaakov's trouble. We know that we will then have to flee. We'll have to be pilgrims on earth. I mean, it's going down. But me personally, I'm joyous of what we're experiencing. I can't say that, there's some things that I want to see or don't see, because there are some things I don't want to see according to these scriptures. We know that what we're going to experience is going to be like that never before since the beginning. But we have to get through it. It's like a woman that's in travail bringing forth a child. And we know during that 3rd or the 2nd phase, active labor, is when it's pretty much the worst. So with that being said, I want us to go ahead and open up in prayer. My brothers, you know the drill. Please ensure that your head is not covered, for you know that your head belongs to Yahawashi, which belongs to Yahweh. Please keep the perfect order. My sisters, please make sure that your head is covered, for your head belongs to the man, which belongs to Yahawashi, which belongs to Yahweh. So please ensure that we are keeping the perfect order when we're approaching his throne in prayer. But with further ado, if we can go ahead and close our eyes and bow our heads, that would be great. Thank you. Abayanawa, Yata Kwada Shamka, Wayata Barak, Malakwathka, Ratazawanka, Yahaya, Aishwaya, Bashamayam, Waba Arataza, Watantam, Lachamnawa, Tam Yadiat, Wamachawal, Lanowa, Khata'at Yanawa, Ka'ashara, Anaknawa, Mawachalyam, Lahawatayam, Lanawa, Wa'al, Thabayanawa, Layadya, Nasayawan, Washamayanawa, Makalrai. Aman. Oh God, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise, even with my glory. Awake, psaltery and harp, myself will awake early. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people. And I will sing praises unto thee among the nations. O God, my heart is fixed. Thawadah yamashpacha la tapala shalom kalyam ahad kalyam kayaYasharaal kayaYahawashi bahasha hamashak barakata kayaYasharaal lanoa. Goodness gracious, thank you, my people, for staying tuned during prayer with me. Greetings, welcome all of my people. I love my people of yahawaYasharaal, of Yahawashi, in the name of Yahawashi, our anointed Christ. Blessed to all of Yasharaal, of flesh and spirit. Glory be to the Most High. I am quite excited about this particular teaching. We're going to actually be in the book of John. We'll be in chapter 11. I know that the majority of us that are seasoned in the scriptures should understand that we call Yahawashi our master, our Messiah, for a reason. I don't think that a lot of us really fathom the depths of the understanding of Yahawashi. We know that Yahawashi is the very word of the Most High. He is the embodiment of Yahweh's word. Okay? I don't think we understand the depths, the fullness of it. Words could never fathom how deep that role is within itself. Moreover, we call Yahawashi our master teacher, right? For a reason, okay? Along with him being the word of the Most High in a body, he's a master teacher. He is the light of the world, right? So we have to understand that when Yahawashi is teaching, he's not teaching about one thing. I know we have to be accustomed to that word twofold or threefold or even 100-fold if you are seasoned in these scriptures of the truth. Yahawashi is our master teacher because Yahawashi, not only being the word of the Most High in a body, so too did he also teach us. And this is just not limiting what he did during his existence on this raggedy earth. This is just adding to his very being. For those of you all that may not go into depth in this teaching or seasoned in these scriptures as a lot of us are, Yahawashi taught twofold and threefold. So when Yahawashi is telling you something, he's telling you like 3 and 4 things at one time. So when you're eating of the scriptures, especially when it's pertaining to Yahawashi speaking to us, it's way deeper than what we see with these black ink or red ink, depending on the type of KJV you have. So I wanted to get into John chapter 11 because I had been in this book for a few days, giving all glory and praise to the Most High in the name of Yahawashi for allowing me to be able to be receptive to this word. So for all of my people, of course, flesh and spirit, that is, for we know that all Yasharaal is not all of Yasharaal. We know that. So flesh and spirit is who I am specifically speaking to. I want us to pull out our KJVs with the Apocrypha being the preference, okay? But if you only have, the standard, that's fine as well. But as I always say, please try your hardest to get a KJV 1611 being the printed year, which will include the Apocrypha, because you'll have the Bible in its entirety. Because as mentioned, we know that the Apocrypha was published as part of the Bible for the first 200 years of the Bible being published in this deficit language, English. So enough of my talking and chitter-chattering. Let us go ahead and move on to the book of John, chapter 11, beginning in verse 1, which reads, Now a certain was sick, Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary, and her sister Martha. It was Mary which anointed Yahawashi with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Yahawashi, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Yahawashi heard, he said, This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of the Most High, that the Son of Yahweh might be glorified thereby. I wanted us to break down verse 4 in specific. It's not that complex, but I just want it to be known. I know that we do have some newcomers from that crack cocaine faith Christianity that have come into the understanding of the true Yahawashi that's spoken about in the scriptures. And they needed more truth in these days, because we know that there are a lot that have gone out that are leading people astray. But glory be to the Most High for his predestined individuals that have been brought into the truth. So with that being said, I know that a lot of Christians think that Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is on the same level as Yahweh. All right. So I wanted to point out that with a surety, Yahawashi and Yahweh are not on the same level. Okay. We know that Yahweh is Lord alone, who gave authority to Yahawashi. Yahawashi continually expressed that he was sent by Yahweh, that he is doing the will of his Father, that he will go to his Father, whom is greater than he. And if we also revert over to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and we can start with verse 3, which reads, But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahawashi, and the head of the woman, the man, and the head of Yahawashi, Yahweh. So with that alone, and also the scriptures that we've just referenced before referencing 1 Corinthians 11, we know that Yahawashi is not on the same level as Yahweh. Moreover, coming back over to John 11:4, when it says that the Son of Yahweh might be glorified thereby, this is for the acknowledging that Yahawashi was with a surety sent by Yahweh, and to be acknowledged through the very miracle of Lazarus being risen from his death. When we come over to Blue Letter Bible, I want us to look at this word glorified, okay? We have a few definitions, but there's one in specific that I like, right? So we have the first outline of the biblical usage of glorified, which means, well, we have what I want to just go down to the defining, because as I have advised you all multiple times, the Old and New Testament were both written in ancient Hebrew, okay, or what a lot of people call Paleo Hebrew or Abara. It was written in the ancient Hebrew. So there's absolutely no such thing as a Greek translation. This is just the same. The Bible has been translated from the language, the ancient Hebrew language, to English or Greek and things of that nature. This word is for Israel, written in the language that Israel spake. Point blank. I've told my people that multiple times through the Spirit of the Most High. And the Spirit of the Most High bear truth and witness of my conscience that I speak no lies, you all. I speak according to this word. But in specific, we're going to focus on this word glorified. I'm not going to go into what this word is in the Greek. That doesn't mean anything to me at this point. So we have this word glorified, and some of the biblical usage of its outline means to think, suppose, be of opinion, to praise, extol, magnify, celebrate, to honor, do honor to, hold in honor, to make glorious, adorn with lust, clothe with splendor, to impart glory to something, render it excellent, to make renowned, render illustrious, to cause the dignity and worth of some person or thing to become manifest and acknowledged. That was the main defining of this word glorified that I wanted us to look at. Because we know at this time, a lot of our own people, the main ones that Yahawashi is coming for, are denying Yahawashi. So through the very rising of Lazarus from death, Yahawashi will be acknowledged as the Son of the Most High through the miracle that would be bearing witness of Yahawashi being indeed he whom is sent from Yahweh, the being in whom the volume of the book speaks about, right? I hope y'all still following. Come over here to verse 5, which reads, Now Yahawashi loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. When he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that saith he to disciples, Let us go into Judea again. Disciples say unto him, Messiah, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? Yahawashi answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. Verses 9 and 10 are verses that contain our master's teacher, threefold teaching in one. So let us break down verse 9 and 10. I want to reread them one more time, and let's break them down. Verse 9 reads, Yahawashi answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. So again, as we mentioned, this verse is more than one. It's twofold. It's threefold. Because when Yahawashi states, are there not, or asks, are there not 12 hours in the day? That can be looked at as something natural. So that will be the first fold. Because we know Gregorian-wise that we deal with 24 hours in total, right? But we have to take into account the times in which Yahawashi was in. We know the times that Yahawashi was in, because if we go to the book of Luke, or even the book of Matthew, or the book of Mark, it tells you in the days of Herod, the second year of his reign, etc., etc. You can place yourself there. When you place yourself there, you know what type of calendars they were using. You know how time was told during that time. So at this time, when he says, are there not 12 hours in the day? I want you all to take a look here at this Roman telling of time. This is a 12-hour Jewish daytime, right? We have 4 watches in total. We have the 6th hour, noon, which is 12 p.m. We have the 9th hour, which is the 3 p.m. We have the dawn and 12th hour, which is 6 a.m. We have the 3rd hour, which is 9 a.m. Now, I hope I'm not losing anyone. So as mentioned, we have 4 watches. So Roman night watches you also have to take into account as well, because remember, the Romans are the one that crucified our Messiah. So with Roman night watches, we have 4 watches, right? The first watch is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., okay? The second watch is from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., which would be considered midnight, right? We have the third watch, which is the cock crow time, which is midnight to 3 a.m. And then we have the fourth watch, which is morning, the 3 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? So Yahawashi is calling out the natural 12 hours in the day. But then again, mind you, he's the master Messiah, so he's more than one fold. He also states, well, if any man walk in the day, he stumbled not. Let us turn over here to the same book, John, but a different chapter, chapter 12, which reads, Then spake Yahawashi again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So we see blatantly, not only is he speaking about the natural time, but then too also the being that spoke about in the volume of the book, the light of the world, himself, the word of the Most High, Yahawashi. He says, if any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, right? I want us to turn over here to the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and 23. And if you got to follow along or you're getting lost, all you have to do is stop it and rewind it. Don't freak out. Proverbs chapter 3, 23 reads, Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. And we broke this chapter down. We know that this chapter in specific is speaking about forgetting not the law of the Most High and keeping his commandments, which is his word. Keeping his word and leaning not unto your own understanding, but trusting in Yahweh. So he tells you, if any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, because he seeth the light of this world. we come over here to the book of John. Let's turn to John 1 and read verses 4 through 5, which read, "In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." So in verse 4, the word him is Yahawashi. The word life is illumination, truth, understanding, wisdom, knowledge. And it says, and the life, which is that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, was the light, illumination of man. In verse 5, and the light, which we know is the illumination of man, shineth in darkness. That's spiritual. That's spiritual darkness. And the darkness comprehended it not. Because the light and day were divided in the beginning. And Yahweh saw the light, that it good. Did he not? Come back over here to John 11. Let's reread it. If there are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, because he seeth the light of this world. So if you walk in Yahawashi, whom is the day, let's turn over here to Genesis 1 through 5, just so that we have an understanding that indeed Yahawashi is the light. We read verse 5 in Genesis 1, which reads, "And Yahweh called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day." Right? Now we know that this is not speaking about the sun and the moon, right? Because when we come over to verse 14, it says, "And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And the Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night, the stars also. So we know he didn't make the sun and the moon twice. In the beginning, when the Most High said, "Let there be light," and there was light, this was the creating of spiritual light and spiritual darkness. Right? And Yahweh saw the light, that it good. And Yahweh divided the light from darkness. Y'all gotta follow along. Come back over here to 9. We're going to read it again. Yahawashi answered, "Are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, because he seeth the light of this world." So again, if you walk in Yahawashi, whom is the day, you won't lose your foot, according to Proverbs 3:23, because you see the light, which is in Genesis 1, 3, 4 through 5, and also John 1, 4 through 5. You see your creator. You see your light. You see your direction. You see your instruction. Have you all listened to the book of Solomon? Song of Solomon chapter 3 verse 1, when he says, "By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not." That's poetic for Israel, looking for direction, but finding not Yahweh, because you're looking for Yahweh. You're looking for your creator in things that are corruptible. You're looking for your creator in things such as Buddhism, Thaiism, Christianity, Pentecost, whatever, all these different divisions of Christian, whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So when he says, "Are there not 12 hours in the day?" that's onefold. He gets to speaking about the natural. Remind you, did the disciples ask him, "Yahweh, why?" Not Yahweh, my apologies. Yahawashi, why you speak to them like this? And Yahawashi say, "I speak to them in parables, because it's not given unto them to understand." So you have individuals that will read this and think that it's talking about something natural, when we know that the word of the Most High is of spirit and the truth. It's of spirit. Flesh cannot assess spirit. You cannot. It's not on the same level. So there are literally individuals that think this is speaking about something carnal, and let it be, because it's given not unto them to understand this word. They've been given over to strong delusion. Don't vex yourself. But come back over here to 9. It reads, "Are there not 12 hours in the day?" That's onefold. "If any man walk in the day, That's twofold. He's speaking about Yahawashi. He's speaking about himself. He stumbled not because he seeth the light of this world. Then that gets back to talking about the Old Testament. Threefold. So in order for you to understand anything in these scriptures, you gotta understand the law of the Most High. Because the law is not done away with. I know that there are so many people that tell you the law done away with. It's not. Have you ever heard the saying that you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul? If you've ever read any of Peter's epistles, in specific, I know 2 Peter 3:16 tells you. It's either 1 Peter 3:16 or 2 Peter 3:16. Let's turn to it. Just so we have it. Give me a second. 2 Peter 3:16 reads, as also in all epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrest, as also the scriptures unto their own destruction. If you've ever heard the saying that you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, it's because when you read Peter's epistles, you realize that he's telling you, child, you can't try to jump in and read Paul's epistles or his letters with an understanding. Because if you try to jump right into this truth, into Paul's epistles, you will be destroyed. My people, what is the one thing that you can be destroyed by? Did Yahweh not tell you for the wages of sin is what? Death. So if you're wrestling with Paul's epistles because you understand not what he is saying, and you start making your own philosophies like you can eat swine, or the law is done away with, or the law is death, foolishness. You wrestle with it to your own destruction because you understand it not. Paul tells you himself, I speak to them that know the law. And those that know the law are those that are his brethren, whom are according to the flesh, Israel, of flesh and spirit. So you can't just hop in here thinking that you understand these epistles when they are, goodness gracious, they are manifold. Paul ain't speaking nothing but the Old Testament. So when people say the Old Testament, or it's about the New Testament, or that's old, try to put like this partition between the two like they're different. It is not. Because even Yahawashi himself, we see here, he's recalling things that are spoken in the Old Testament, in the Apocrypha. So if you have not understanding of the law, there's absolutely no way that you will understand the things that are spoken about in the New Testament, because it's a continuation of one story. It is of a fool and a full confusion to begin a story and then speak about something diverse. Would it not be of a fool for me to be looking for pink shoes and turn around and ask what I'm cooking for dinner? What in the hell are you talking about? That makes no sense, my people. Come out of her. Get in the scriptures on your own. If you've been predestined, you have been anointed to receive this word. So don't let these demonic philosophies, these seducing spirits and doctrines of devil deceive you and lead you to destruction. Bringing it back to chapter 11 of the book of John, verse 9. This verse is threefold. It's speaking natural, right? It's speaking Yahawashi's very existence, right? And then it's recalling his very creation in the beginning. We come to verse 10, which reads, but if a man walk in the night, he stumbled it, because there is no light in him. Now, it says, if a man walk in the night, he stumbled it, right? Let us come over here to Deuteronomy 28:29. Give me a minute to get there. 28:29. Verse 29 in chapter 28 of Deuteronomy reads, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save. We know that is the book of the curses that are given to us in the form of promises if we do not obey the word of the Most High, right? So when he says, but if a man walk in the night, he stumbled it, because there is no light in him, this man is obviously still under the curses, because you have no light, you have no understanding, no knowledge, no instruction, no law. You can't see. That's why you walk the way that you do. That's why you're groping in the noon when the sun is out in the physical. And the light in the world is here in the natural, given to us in the form of a Bible. But still canst thou not see. Right? That's one fold, my people. But then we have, because there is no light in him. If we come over to the book of Matthew 6:22. Give me a second. I done passed it. I'm all the way over here in 22. Hold on. Matthew 6:22 reads, "For the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Verse 23. "But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great that darkness." Now let's come over here right quick to recall John 11:10, which reads, "But if a man walk in the night, he stumbled it, because there is no light in him." We come back over here to verse 22 in chapter 6 of Matthew. It says, "The light of the body is the eye." So it's telling you that the body is able to see by the eye, right? How does your body see, my people? With your eyes. If you close your eyes, I don't care how you have engraved in your mind the floor plan of your apartment or your house or wherever you live. If you walk outside, right, with your eyes closed, and let's say you live upstairs, in an apartment, hotel, a house, you walk outside. If your eyes are closed, can you see where you are going? No, you can't. You can't. Even if you've memorized the floor plan of your very home or where it is that you dwell, you can't see where you're going. So it says that the light of the body is the eye. How does the body see, my people? With the eyes. The eyes are the light of the body. Similar to a lamp. When you turn a lamp on, then you can see what's in there. Okay, I was looking for this book right here. Oh, here's my pen right here. You can see. The light of your body is your eye. Moving down in this same verse 22 of 6 in Matthew, it says, "If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." If you are of righteousness, right? You're following the law of the Most High. You obtain this instruction because you are blessed according to Psalms. Let's turn to it, just so that y'all know that we're not just speaking something out of nowhere. This is Psalms 1. Psalms 1:1-3 reads, "Bless the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight in the law of the Most High. And in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper." We go over here to verse 8 in chapter 3 of Psalms, which reads, "Salvation belongeth unto Yahweh, thy blessing upon thy people." Did he not just tell you that bless the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, but the delight be in the law of the Most High, and the law that he meditate day and night? Those are those that are blessed, that know the law of the Most High. So that makes your eyes single, where you can see. That is what gives you light. But because in accordance with chapter 1 of John, we know that Yahawashi is the light of the world. When we go over to Genesis chapter 1, 4-5, we know that Yahawashi is the day that was created in the beginning. That is good. Now we come over to 23, Matthew and 6. So Matthew 6:23, it reads, "But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great that darkness." So we know that the eye is the view of your mind. The scriptures say heart, but we know that that means your mind, the view of your mind. We know that men, what is it? Men, imagine wicked imaginations. That's your mind. That's what's in your mind. So your heart in the scriptures is equivalent to your mind, your inner range, your seat of affections, what you want to do that describes you. Your fruit that you yield comes from your mind, right? Right? If I'm a seamstress and I'm thinking about this beautiful dress, this princess pink, gorgeous dress that I want to make, that's in my mind. If I'm a murderer, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to stab you up. Blood everywhere. That's in my mind. And the fruits that I yield from what's in my mind is what lets you know who I am. So when you see that dress, you know, man, this person that made this dress, boy. Oh, she go hard than a paint. Or when you see police come to a crime scene, God damn, this fool crazy. I've never seen something like this. This is wicked. So, but if thy eye be evil, thine whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great that darkness? Your eye is the view of your mind. Okay? So this particular verse is saying, because the light of the body is the eye, and the eye is the view of the mind, right? If your eye is evil, your whole body is evil, because your light, which is your eye, is darkened. It's blind. You cannot see. So indeed, going back to Deuteronomy, you will be groping in the noon as though it's night, because you have no light. You can't see, and you know them by the fruits. My people, I'm telling you, it's time to get your house in order. There's no time to be playing anymore. Let's come over here, back to chapter 11 of John, verse 9 through 10. Let's read them again. 9 in chapter 11 of John reads, Yahawashi answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbled not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbled, because there's no light in him. Then we come on down to verse 11. Give me just a second. My leg falling asleep. Hold on. Okay. Verse 11 in chapter 11 of John reads, I hope that you all were following 9 and 10. If you were not, please rewind. Please be kind and rewind. Please just rewind. Rewind. I will still be here if the Lord says the same. Verse 11 reads, these things said he, and after that he saith unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Yahawashi, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Yahawashi spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking a rest and sleep. Then said Yahawashi unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. All right? So pause for a second. Quick intervention. When you see in the scriptures that it speaks about sleep or bed, I'll say, depending upon the context of that particular verse, you know that in accordance with chapter 11 in John, that sleep can also mean death. That bed can also mean grave. It depends on the contextual context of that particular verse. So don't get stumped up. Remember, precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little, right? You let every word that man speak be a lie, but the word of the Most High be the truth. You hear me? Come over here to verse 15, which reads, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent you may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Verse 16. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, let us also go, that we may die with him. Now this one is where it begins to turn up a little bit for us. So Didymus says, let us also go, that we may die with him. My people, what does he mean by we may die with him? Why would he say something like this? So we've gotten an understanding that Yahawashi spake about waking Lazarus up from his sleep, and then has advised us that it is that he is dead, come. But what would Didymus mean by let us also go, that we may die with him? This is to the intent that in the second coming, that they'd also be risen. Let's turn over here. Come on. Turn over here to Romans 6, and we'll read 2 through 10. 6, 2 through 10 in the book of Romans. I gotta get there. Give me a minute. Y'all, I love this word. I'm telling you. I done got to the point to where I adopted this word. I care not what any man say. I care not how any man assess me. I love the Most High. I've never loved a being so much in this world the way I love the Most High. And I be so gracious and with grave content when my people as a whole, those that have been ordained to this truth, are seeing the Most High in the same light, if not greater, that I see him. I've never loved a being this much to where I would die for you. I've never seen you, but the words that you speak be so great of life, surety, pureness, clear. Words spoken like apples of gold and pictures of silver. Your word being a buckler unto my spirit. I die for you. I've never loved a being so gracious the way I love the Most High, y'all. Let's come over here to the book of Romans, chapter 6, verses 2 through 10, which reads, The Most High forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Yahawashi were baptized into his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Hamashiach was raised up from the dead by the glory of Abba, even so we also should walk in newness of life. For if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall be also resurrection. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with, that the body of sin might be destroyed, and that henceforth we should not serve sin. For he that is dead is freed from sin. Now if we be dead with Hamashiach, we believe that we shall also live with him. Knowing that Hamashiach being raised from the dead dieth no more, death hath no more dominion over him. For in that he died unto sin once, but in that he liveth unto the Most High. Goodness gracious, if I begin to break this particular precept down, we'll get into an entirely diverse teaching. But just to sum it all up, just quickly, as Yahweh says the same, we can break it down as Yahweh says the same. This is basically saying that if you die in Yahawashi, now we gotta remember, let's take it back for a second. Yahawashi died once, right? He didn't come back and die again, did he, my people? No. He was the sinless sacrifice. He was our lamb. Is this correct? He was the ending to the commandment, the sacrificial law, right? And then also did away with the Levitical commandment, right? That you had to be a Levite to be a high priest. Is this correct? Yes, it is, according to Hebrews 1:7. Keep going and keep it moving over. 7 and 7, all that good stuff. Read Hebrews in its entirety. You will understand. Moreover, we know that Yahawashi died once. So if you died in Yahawashi, you too died once, right? So you're baptized in his death, right? Meaning death to sin, death to your flesh. Carry your crucifix. Be a walking sacrifice. So no more are you supposed to be partaking in sin because you've died to sin. So now you're walking in spirit, which is of life, which is the law of the Most High, which gives you eternal life. Because we know for the wages of sin is death, right? That's just me kind of summing it up, because I promise you if I get deeper, we're going to go into another teaching. So just to reiterate, in layman's terms, for any of my newcomers, and any of my seasoned individuals that just need a little bit more insight, if you die in Yahawashi, like he was crucified on that cross, you've died once. So there's no reason for you to go back to sinning, because that means that you're dead again, because then you're serving sin. You're serving your carnal appetite. So when you've died in Yahawashi, you continue in the law, right? That's just a quick breakdown. Let's come back over here to 16 and 11 of the book of John, which reads, Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, Let us also go, that we may die with him. Again, this is to the intent that in the second coming they be risen. He's saying, let us go die in Yahawashi too. This is a spiritual fold right here. You got to know the law to understand this specific portion. Let us go die in Yahawashi too. Come on. So that we can be risen with him as well when the resurrection come about. Because you got to remember that this is speaking to those that know the law. If you know the law, then you know that in accordance with Deuteronomy, that we've been promised this prophet that will come from the midst of Israel, that would speak the words of Yahweh that we were too scared to hear spoken on Mount Horeb from Yahweh himself, that Yahweh will require of them that they listen to you, right? So these people know the law. They not saying, oh, the Old Testament don't make sense no more. Oh, the Apocrypha, no, that's not credible. They not saying stupid stuff like that. They know the law. So he's saying, let us also go that we may die with him. Man, come on. We got to go die in Yahawashi as well. So when the resurrection come about, we not partaking in the second death. That's the death that destroys your flesh and your spirit. I ain't trying to be partaker in that. Come on, let's go die. That's what that's saying. We come on down to verse 17. It says, then when Yahawashi came, he found that he had in the grave 4 days already. So Lazarus was in the grave for 4 days. So he was stinking, you know. We know, child, when somebody done got killed and they been laying there for a few hours, it start getting a little funky. He was in there for 4 days. So indeed, coming back over here to verse 4, when it says, but for the glory of Yahweh, that the Son of the Most High might be glorified thereby. Indeed, he's going to be glorified. He's going to be glorified. This man stank. This man stank. So we go to verse 18. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off. Now 1 furlong is about 606 feet, my people. 606 times 15 is about 3696 feet. So it's telling you how close this place Bethany is to Jerusalem, which is about 15 furlongs, okay? Coming to verse 19, it reads, and many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Yahawashi was coming, went and met him. But Mary sat in the house. Then said Martha unto Yahawashi, Yahawashi, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of the Most High, Yahweh will give thee. Yahawashi said unto her, thy brother shall rise again. Now pause. Mind you, in verse 16, when Didymus is saying, let us also go that we may die with him again, we know that they know about the resurrection, right? Because when we come on over to 24, continuing in our verse, it reads, Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. So they know about the resurrection, right? Not only did they know about the resurrection, they also knew about regeneration. They know that spirits come back in different bodies. They knew this. They weren't a fool to it. It is the people of this common era that don't know this. It's our people that now got to come back into the truth after partaking in the wickedness of the world that don't know this. They knew it. It's right here in this book. All you got to do is read it. That's it. Don't let nobody tell you their interpretation, because there's absolutely no prophecy that is of personal interpretation. It's in the word. Move on to verse 24. Once again it says, Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Verse 25. Yahawashi said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? So this is multifold. Once again. So when Yahawashi says that I am the resurrection, he's telling you that I am the rising. I'm the rising up. And he tells you I am the life. We come over here to Psalms 16:10. Psalms 16:10 reads, For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. What is corruption, my people? That is the destroying of your body. Your body being composited back into dust because it's corrupted. For the wages of sin is what, my people? Death. So in Psalm 16:10, we know that Yahawashi, the Holy One, is not going to see death, because the wages of sin is death. Yahawashi sinned not. So when he tells you, I am the resurrection, or the rising up or rising, and the life, he's telling you this because he would not see corruption. And then also in accordance with Hebrews 1:2, he was sent in these last days. These last days are the ending of this worldly sequence, which he has already done away with. He has put to death. So he's telling you, yes, honey, with the surety, he will rise again in the last day, because I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. So when he says dead, again, this is multifold. This is twofold. Because this can be the carnal or the fleshy death that we see containing or concerning Lazarus being dead in the flesh. And then also spiritual. Because when you think about it, he says, come over here to the spiritual portion. We're going to use precept, Revelation 26. Revelation 26 says, blessed and holy he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of a Mashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. So when he says, though he were dead, that's a spiritual death and a carnal death, right? So let's finish that. Though he were dead, yet shall he live. We know Lazarus is about to be risen from the natural death, this carnal death. He's in a cave with a stone covering the whole of that cave. Though he be dead in the natural, he will be risen. That's one fold. We have the second fold, which be of a spiritual cause. Though you be dead, you know not the law of the Most High, right? You think that Christianity is the way. You think the law is done away with. You think you can eat swine. You think you can fornicate. You think you can commit adultery. You think you can steal. You think you can kill. You think you can lie. You think you can be gay. All of those things which the law tells you not to do. You're dead spiritually. You're dead. So he says, though he were dead, he shall live. Because come over here to Romans 8 right quick. Come over here to Romans 8. So we know that the truth shall set you free, my people. Is this not what the scripture tells us? Let's go to that first. Let me find that, because I know that's in John. Give me just a minute. This is John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So when he says that though he were dead, yet shall he live, pertaining to the spiritual aspect, though you are dead, you're not following the law. You're not following the commandments. You're not following the statutes. You're not following keeping the the feast days, keeping the high holy days, keeping the new moon. You're not following this. You're dead in the spirit, right? But when you receive the truth, and the truth sets you free, which releases you from the bondage, which is you serving death. When we come over here to chapter 8 of Romans, for the law of the spirit of life in Yahawashi hath made me free from the law of sin and death. And we come over to verse 15. Just hop over here right quick. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. We know that when you receive this truth, and this truth sets you free, no longer are you in spiritual bondage that has you serving your carnal appetite, which is you serving sin, which for the wages of sin is death. You too shall live. So again, it's twofold. It's spiritual death and it's natural death. If you believe in Yahawashi, and you allow yourself to be learned and chastened of heart to believe in the Yahawashi that the scriptures speak about, you will live, and the truth shall set you free. We come on down to verse 26. It says, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. So when he tells you, and you believe in him, you'll never die. Once again, this live is twofold. It's of spiritual and it's of natural. So again, if you died, my great-grandmother passed away March last year. You know what I'm saying? She passed. If she passed in righteousness, though she be dead, in the first resurrection, she will live. Right? That's carnal. But the spiritual aspect, when you're believing in this law, that this law is not done away with, you're partaking in keeping the word of the Most High, you will live. Any of my people that are newly into this faith, Any of my females may have been a whore. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. You was probably a hoe. You probably done had sex with 11 men. Probably caught herpes, chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. You hear me? Though you were dead, right? If you believe it in Yahawashi and you come back to this life, come back to this law, you will not die, because that truth will set you free, because you will no longer be serving your carnal appetite. You hear me? I hope y'all hear me. Oh my goodness, I hope y'all hear me. Believest thou this? It's twofold, my people. It's twofold. Let's keep going. I hope I'm not losing you. If I've lost you, restart it, rewind it. Yahweh says the same. I will still be here. I will still be here. But let's keep going. We're going to move over to verse 27, which reads, She saith unto him, Yah Yahawashi, I believe that thou art Yahamashak, the son of Yahweh, which should come into the world. And when she had said so, she went her way and called Mary her sister secretly, saying, The Messiah is come, and calleth for thee. As soon as she heard, she arose quickly and came unto him. Now Yahawashi was not yet come into the town, but was in that place where Martha met him. The Jews then, which were with her in the house, comforted her. When they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, She goeth into the grave to weep there. Verse 32. Then when Mary was come where Yahawashi was and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Yahawashi, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. When Yahawashi therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled. You got to ask yourself, my people, why was the very embodiment of the word of the Most High troubled? But let us move on. 34. It reads, And said, Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Yahawashi, come and see. Yahawashi wept. Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died? Yahawashi therefore again groaning in himself cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Yahawashi said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Yahawashi, by this time he stinketh, for he had been 4 days. Should she tell him, Yahawashi, he dead? You know, he stank now. It's been 4 days. If you was here, he wouldn't have died. He gone. Verse 40, it reads, Yahawashi saith unto her, Said I unto thee that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of Yahweh? So he's saying, didn't I tell you, if you believe in Yahweh, you'll see the glory. You'll see this miracle that he is going to testify that he sent me through. Didn't I tell you that? I ain't asked you that. I ain't asked you how long he been dead. That's basically what he's telling you. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Just follow me. Follow me. Come on. Verse 41. Then they took away the stone where the dead was laid. And Yahawashi lifted up eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hast heard me always. But because of the people which stand by, I said, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. So Yahawashi is basically saying that I know you hear me always, Yahweh. But for the sake of these people, and for them to believe that you are the one that sent me, sayest thou unto thee. That's what he's saying, basically. Coming down to verse 43, it reads, And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. Verse 44. And he that was dead come forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with napkin. Yahawashi saith unto him, Loose him and let him go. Verse 45. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Yahawashi did believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Yahawashi had done. Those are house niggas, y'all. Because you got to remember, we're in Judah, okay? So we're dealing with what modern day people would call black people, Native Americans, Indians, Mexicans. So these are house niggas, you know, the bootlicking niggas, you know, the ones that used to tell on us when we're about to go run away, you know, when we're planning on burning down the master's house. That's the house niggas, you know. You got to be watchful of those types of niggas. You hear me? You gotta be, those are the ones that be wolves in sheep clothing, because they look just like you, but got the spirit of Judas on them. You hear me? That's them type of niggas. I can't stand them type of people, because it's like you melanated for no reason. Why do you look like that? Why do you should have just came back as Edom so that I can know that you are what you are. Those people are very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Let's move on. Let's not get into my feelings here. Verse 46, let's read again. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Yahawashi had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. This sounds like what they do to our modern day black, Mexican, Native American, but I'll say in specific what they call black, which is Judean. Because I've never really, personally, because I'm Judean, so I don't really, I love my nation in its entirety, all 12 nations, but in all honesty, I've never heard of like a Mexican or an Indian that, speaks out for their people type stuff. Maybe you as a Hispanic, or Indian know these things. Now, I know that that's not what you're really called, but I'm just saying it so that you all can relate, right? I don't know, but I know from a Judean standpoint, I know we had people like Tupac, you know what I'm saying? We had people like Martin Luther King, which Martin Luther King wasn't nothing, don't get all high and mighty about him. He wasn't nothing. We had people like Marcus Garvey, people like Malcolm X. Those people weren't nothing. Nkrumah. We had people like that, even Rosa Parks, you know what I'm saying? We had people like that, but those people weren't about nothing. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're not keeping the Most High first, I could never consider you to be someone that I would be like, yeah, man, that person went hard. Nothing like that. But I'm saying, when we come to verse 48, when it reads, if we let him thus alone, all will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. This is what they do when they see a brother that has authority over his people. This is basically saying, if we don't do something about this brother, this powerful brother, all of these other brothers and sisters will stand up and they're going to be strong because they're going to know who they are. We gotta kill this nigga. We gotta put this nigga in jail. We gotta do something to this nigga that got them thinking that who they are before these niggas stand up and do something to us. That's basically what they saying. So Yahawashi ain't no damn cracker. He ain't no Edomite, no funky honky. He not. He ain't no white boy, no I love everyone. I mean, come on. We know these scriptures, this book is speaking to people with melanin. Mexicans, Indians, black folks. That's who it's speaking to. Because it's the only people that they do this stuff to. Oh, hell no. We got to put this nigga in jail. We got to kill this nigga. Name one white person that stood up for its people that they put in jail or put down. Don't worry. I will wait. Let's move on. Verse 49 reads, and one of them, Caiaphas, being the high priest, that same year saith unto them, ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation. Now, I need you all to pay attention. The book of John is in what we consider the New Testament. Is this right? Yes, Khan, right? Let's pay attention for what's about to be said on this next verse. So let's reread verse 51 one more time. It says, and this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation. A nation is a specific people. We have Edomite, we have Cushite, we have Hittite, Moabite, Jebusites, Girgashites, continual. We have more ites than just Israelite because there's 18 nations according to the scriptures. But these scriptures in specific, as far as salvation, is speaking about the Israelites. So when it says Yahawashi should die for that nation, we move down to verse 52, which reads, and not for that nation alone, but that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad. So it's telling you, not only is Yahawashi about to die for that nation, aka the southern nation, which would be Judea or Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but also would he be dying for those that are scattered abroad, which are the children of the Most High, which are the northern nation, which will be Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Yahashar. according to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah right quick. I don't think y'all following me, but you're going to learn today. We come over here to chapter 11 in the book of Isaiah, verse 12. It reads, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Yahawashi shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Yahawashi, and Yahawashi shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistine toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them." This is nothing but the prophecy, the volume of the book that's spoken about with Yahawashi coming manifest. Yahawashi didn't come for any other nation, any other people except his own. Because me personally, I'll be damned if I die for a white person. I hate white people, okay? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I hate Asian people because they retarded as all get out. That's why they look like they look. They're mongoloids. They're freaking retarded. They are the offspring of incest, of daughters raping their father. I hate the Middle East people. I hate Russians. I hate any other nation that is not my own. So this is nothing but prophecy being fulfilled. Yahawashi came and died for his people. We'll reread verses 51 and 52 again, which read, "And thus spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad." Because we know that we had the northern and the southern kingdom. We were scattered. One was considered uncircumcised, one was considered circumcised. One was considered lawless or Gentiles or Hellenized, and the other was considered the ones that had the law, the ones circumcised. Judah, the southern kingdom. So this is who he came back for. And this is in your New Testament. You can believe what you want to believe. Come on down to verse 53. I ain't trying to get rough. You are. I promise you I'm not. But with this word, it give me so much zeal. And it just made me ready to fight. Like, I'm so serious. It just made me ready to fight. Like, whatever come, I am ready. As long as the Most High is my buckler and my shield, I care not what I have to face. I will go through it for the Most High. Let's come on down to 53. It reads, "Then from that day forth they took counsel together for to put him to death. Yahawashi therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence into a country near to the wilderness." Pause right here. It says that Yahawashi went thence unto a country near the wilderness. We know that as a people, when this third world war pops off, that so too will Yahweh's trouble be pretty much in the midst thereof. We as a people, we will have to flee. You need to be praying that your flight be not on the day of the Shabbath and not in the winter, right? Because when this pop off, when you start seeing military, when martial law start popping off in your state, your city, your country, you know what I mean? You start seeing the military circling or circumvents your wherever you are, you gotta flee. You gotta get the hell up out of there. You gotta get out of there. So even Yahawashi himself had to flee into the wilderness. And it even speaks about fleeing. David fled into the wilderness. There have been many occasions where our forefathers have fled into the wilderness to get away from these things. If you read the Apocrypha, even in the Maccabees, there are accounts of our brethren having to flee into the wilderness because these laws that are enforced against us, classifying us as domestic terrorists, because we know the law of our Creator and we're going to keep the law of our Creator. We got to flee. You can't stay there. So I'm telling you, my people, through the Spirit, when you see it, flee, run, leave it behind. Don't be like Lot's wife and look back. Let's continue on to verse 54, which reads again. Yahawashi therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness, and to a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. Then sought they Yahawashi and spake among themselves as they stood in the temple, What think ye that he will not come to the feast? Now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knew where Yahawashi were, he should shew, that they might take him. That is the end of the book of John, chapter 11. I hope that my people were able to follow along. I know that I get really full of zeal. I get full of fire. I get full of heat. I start sweating. But you all, when it comes to the word of the Most High, I've experienced his word firsthand. I literally gave up everything that I had when I partook in the foolishness of the world, so that I could make sure that this word does what it's intended to do, to seek out his truth. So I know that with the surety that the creator, that Yahweh, he exists. That's what his very name means. I exist. You know? So when I get full of fire and all of this zeal and this fervor, I'm telling you from experience, if I can't promise you nothing, I can promise you that his word does what it's intended to do. I've lived it. I literally gave everything that I had in my home. I gave away my clothes, gave away my shoes, bags, diamonds, pearls. I had it all, you all, but I had nothing because I did not partake in the spiritual truth. But when I tell you, when I get like this, when I start yelling and giving you this fire, it's because I want you to wake up. I need you to wake up. I need you to wake up. He is of a truth. He see you. When you out there fornicating, not following his law, despising repentance, this free opportunity that you have, it hurts me on a spiritual level, but then it also makes me so pissed off at you. Because you can do better. I know it's people be like, oh, you can't do it overnight. The hell you can. I did it. I did it. So I know you can do it. So when I get like this, it's not to make you mad. It's not to make you feel offended. And if you're offended, then hell, so be it. So be it. Blessed is he that's not offended in the word of the Most High. It's not supposed to be a stumbling block to you, but for edification. So when I speak like this, it's not to break you down, make you feel some type of way. It's to edify you and build you up. Because I want to see my people that have been ordained in the kingdom to come. And if the Lord say the same, I want to be there as well. So I go hard for this word, you all. I go hard than a paint. You hear me? I love the Most High. I'm a woman with a manly stomach with womanly thoughts. And I won't change for nobody. You hear me? There's absolutely nothing I wouldn't do for this word. Do you hear me? So when I'm telling you all this, I need you to listen and comprehend what is being said. I don't expect those that have been given over to strong delusion to understand this. This is for Israel of flesh and spirit. I say it all the time. My people, stay in your word. Stay secured at the tent of the Most High. Stay secured at his needle, because you know his kingdom can't be shook. So if you're secured at his needle, you can't be shook either. He is a buckler unto those that believe and trust in him. He will have favor that circumference you in these times. Famine, principalities, angels can't keep you from the love of the Most High through Yahawashi. So I'm telling you this for a reason. Again, I hope that you enjoyed this teaching. I absolutely enjoyed it. My leg fell asleep. I kind of lost my voice. I was revived in it. And I just prayed to the Most High in the name of Yahawashi that you all understand the severity of getting your house together. Because we are approaching the end. We are so nigh unto Jacob's trouble. If you are not desensitized to it, you're going to fall victim to it. Do not fall victim to it when this weapon is right at your fingertips. So many people hold these scriptures, hold this Bible, but have no authority and also no instruction on even how to yield this weapon, wield this sword. It's a blunt sword when people that don't have the understanding wield it. But when you have the understanding, it's like a shield unto you. It's your full armor. And when you yield it, you cutting deep. You're supposed to make them gush blood. It's supposed to be a bloody, spiritual, bloody scene. I'm telling you. Y'all, I love the Lord. I absolutely love the Lord. I love the Lord, and I go hard for him, y'all. Goodness gracious. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Hey, if you gotta rewind it, rewind it. Rewind it, and rewind it, and rewind it, and rewind it, and get in your word, okay? Because there is a spiritual famine coming, right? They have made it domestic terrorism. It's considered domestic terrorism. Hebrew Israelites have been considered domestic terrorists. We're on hit lists, you all. We're on hit lists. You hear me? We are the ones that will be delivered up for affliction because of this truth. So you know it ain't talking about no goddamn Christianity. Because ain't no damn Christian that's proclaiming that the Lord loves all on the hit list. Right? We know that that's not of a truth, because that's not the Yahawashi that the scriptures speak about. So you gotta come alive, my people. This is for my 12 tribes that have been scattered abroad. This is for Judah, who is what is known as Black Americans. This is for Benjamin, who is known as West Indians. This is for Levi, who is known as the Haitians. This is for Simeon, this is known as the Dominicans. This is for Zebulun, that is known as the Guatemala to Panama. This is for Ephraim, that is known as the Puerto Ricans. This is for Manasseh, that is known as the Cubans. This is for Gad, who is known as the North American Indians. This is for Reuben, who is known as the Seminole Indians. This is for Naphtali, who is known as Argentina and Chile. This is for Asher, who is known as Colombia to Uruguay. This is for Issachar, who is known as Mexicans. If you're not on that list, you have no partaking in this heritage. We will take you into captivity. Babylon is going under. Esau, you cannot get away. We've always hated you. My people, kayaYasharaal, rise and repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Never cease prayer. Bind and loose and always live ready. I'll be back as Yahweh wills. I love you. I love you, my people of Israel, of flesh and spirit. I gotta go. Let me try and get this teaching up. Bye.